Speedy. I got almost nothing for you guys. But here's my sad tale of woe, where I gain all of your sympathy. Hopefully. So we're making The Venture Brothers. There's going to be a season 6. I promise to whatever I hold, to my hands as a painter, I promise that it'll be amazing. I really do. And Jackson and I have not slowed down. We've never stopped caring. We're as excited about this show as we were at the very, very beginning. And that's why this show is still on the air after 100 years. But it's also why this show is only going into season 6 after 100 years. Because it takes a while to make an uncompromised boutique television show. So when it comes on, shrug, I don't know. We're trying our hardest. We're actually working on it right now. Not exactly, well, I'm not. But I bet Jackson right now is there actually piloting The Venture Brothers. And I'm here to tell you that it's happening. This is an impression of a shrug from The Venture Brothers seasons 1 and 2. The shrug cycle never worked out. So there is going to be a season 6. There's a lot of stuff happening. We're still writing and animating. It's really going to happen. When it'll come out, I don't know, because I want it to be the best. We can crank these things out, and they would be awful. They can forget about us, and they hate us. But we can't handle that. We need your love. We live on it like vampires. Good night, everybody. So I don't know. Please remember that you may be on DCTV right now. Does that mean I shouldn't swear?
You should swear.
Fuck yeah. Should I just remember that keep my hair looking tight? Is that what it is? I'm on TV right now. Remember to show the good stuff.
So you might be.
So I got nothing. So I got nothing. Anything you should do for our
TV right now. So a lot of pressure.
We got Kenny here. Ken's helping us make a venture book. Can you tell us a little bit about that, Ken? And I mean a very little, because I care so little about this. The show is much more important. The tangential things. It's all little dollies with clothing and t-shirts. We're not good with the tangential stuff. Ken?
It's coming out via Dark Horse Comics sometime next year. It is the art of the Venture Brothers. It's going to be a complete history of the Venture Brothers from start to finish. Plus tons of artwork you've never seen. Behind the scenes. The candid incredibly candid reflections of Jackson Public and Doc Hammer.
Yeah. No, Ken and I would call him on alternate nights. We didn't speak to him together. And the first question is, what did Jackson say about that? Like, I don't, my recollection of things is hazy and based on my own psychosis. So I remember things that probably didn't happen. And I think Jackson is remembering things that probably didn't happen. Ken's job is to take the 2 things that didn't happen and pretend one of them did.
Is this like an oral history?
It is an oral history of the Venture.
Yeah.
Say cheese.
And I don't remember, I was on a panel a couple days ago where I proved I don't remember anything about the Venture Brothers. By one point, I won trivia about my own crap.
It's an oral history as misremembered.
Yeah.
Jackson Public and Doc Hammer.
Yeah.
I got one for you. What was the name of the bar where Jackson Public offered me the Venture Brothers money?
Not interesting to me.
It's in the book.
Is it?
There's an entire section.
It's just the James section.
The James check.
Yeah.
Hooters. Said Hooters. Yes, that's right. Over a double dozen wings, lemon pepper chicken wings.
Yeah, so I got nothing. If any of you people have questions that you would like to ask us, I love answering questions. And I will answer questions on any topic. I'm well versed. If we can leave the things you don't talk about at polite dinner parties out of it, with the exception of sex, which I will talk about. And your best dinner parties do include that topic. So I don't need politics, and I certainly don't need religion involved. I don't need my crazy uncle spoken about, which we don't speak about at dinner parties either. If any of you know him.
You think you're going to take questions?
I'm going to take questions, and then James Urbaniak will also take questions, and Dana Snyder will also take questions.
I'm only taking romantic advice. I'm giving out advice or romance advice.
Yeah. I'll supplement that with the wrong advice.
That's for you to judge, but
Yeah.
if you have problems, you're probably already making bad decisions anyway, so
I'm fantastically bad at that. I can't see you in the audience, I'm just trusting you're there, Ken. You just went through a deep void.
The little special, the space station, whatever, is that coming sooner than season 6?
Are you asking about Space Station Whatever? The Space Station Whatever may run with the season as an ersatz premiere. It may run before the season as a makeshift special. We're making it. And it's gonna run before the rest of the episodes do, because everything kind of changes in that episode. So that is still happening. How it's released? Venture shrug. I don't know. That.
Another question?
Are there any juicy, hot secrets or rumors that you guys know about you can share?
Was this an advice question about a relationship? I should handle that one. If
I don't get to hear rumors because I know the truth. So I could share what people told me that I know to be wrong. Is that what your question is?
Yes.
I don't know. Most people I talk to have Netflix, so they don't know there's a season 3. Spoiler: 24 dies. Yeah, I know. Sorry, season 3 not watchers because you have Netflix. Spoiler: Brock leaves for like half a season one time. So those are the rumors I've heard. I can start rumors. I can just tell you that I'll give you a character that you just don't care about and say that that character is coming back. Amber Gold. More Amber Gold, everybody. Season 6.
Another question.
Alright, this has actually just been bothering me ever since it came up. It's not that it, disturbs me, I love it, but I don't know why. Why was the monarch making love to that robot in the first place?
People ask me that. Why he was giving the robot chlamydia. And I don't think he has chlamydia, but we wish he did. Monarch is psychotic. And there's something that happens. Our sexuality is our primary function. This is systemic to us. If you fracture it, say you become a prostitute, and you think, oh, it'll be fine, I can just sell my sexuality. Later in life, you will be a broken person because you toyed with your systemic eunice, your weenus, your penis.
both of them, or just one or the other?
It doesn't matter. Whatever I like to think that I was speaking of a guy that became a prostitute. Like there's male prostitutes that make tons of fucking money. So when he comes face to face with this robot, and it has Dr. Venture's face, and it says Dr. Venture's words, yet it's an inanimate object. How can you violate this thing? Can you punch it? It's a robot. He had to violate it the only way his animal self knew how in that moment, which was to try to have sex with it. It was a pure act of just the foundations of a guy that also said, let's go have a giant shit in Dr. Venture's toilet. Or let's go take a dump in his pool. Like he's always thinking of the lowest end that he can do to Dr. Venture. There's arching, and then there's really like throwing up in the bed. Like it's what happens when you're a psychotic villain. So it makes perfect sense under that. ultimately, it made it to the show because it is fucking funny. And when Dean walks in to watch that, also funny. So yeah, the reasons are solid. But the overarching reason, funny. It's a comedy show. It's a comedy.
Hey, I've got a question for all three of you. If you could be any character in the Brady Bunch, including the peripheral characters, which would you be?
There are no peripheral characters in the Brady.
No, it's a tight ensemble cast, you're correct.
Yeah.
Obviously, the provincial role of the director of the television commercial, you'll know I just named the actor who played the director in the episode where they do a television commercial. Or asked to be in a television commercial. You remember that one?
Yeah.
And then they keep asking what, so they realize they need language of actors, so that was just someone talks about motivation.
Paul Mitchell, P.S., is the voice of Tigger.
Indeed.
The original Tigger.
And he's playing a very 70s LA in a Hawaiian shirt wearing looks like you. Actually.
Yeah, that was me. I cosplayed him for 12 years. No one got it.
So that's my answer.
Dana? What would you be?
I'm torn. I would maybe just go straight to the center square and say Alice. And then, like, you know, she did one little snarky thing, and then she didn't show up for the other 6 days they were shooting everything.
Yeah.
She was always in there chained to the island in the kitchen doing the stuff, and then you go on a date with Sam the Butcher, and that's it.
It's a good gig.
Yeah.
And she didn't age. She started on the show when she was, what, probably 25? She looked 50.
Like 55 years old.
Yeah.
And when she was 85, she still looked 55.
It's great.
But also, what kind of jackass says to her, we have a lot of children. We'd like to hire you as our housekeeper. But you're going to wear this fucking uniform. You don't wear, no, you're not wearing your own clothes. We have this, you're going to wear that blue dress and that little white apron. So when people come in our house, we got a lot of kids. I want people thinking you're not our domestic help. It's very clear that you're waiting on us.
You have to wear this subservient outfit.
Yeah. Take care of 6 children.
And she came in with long flowing locks, and they just gave her that beehive.
Yeah.
Showed no sexuality to these young boys.
Yeah. Peter is a mess. He will send his hormones into overdrive.
Like so much honor.
Yeah.
I don't know what character to be. I don't care. I would like to be Bobby. I don't hate it. Bobby? What the Bobby? I want to be Bobby. Because Bobby had so much life in front of him. While the others were making terrible decisions. Johnny Bravo, not a great fucking decision. Jan was going crazy with the jealousy and stuff. And Bobby just got to watch. And that's what
the other one. What was her name? Sissy or whatever the other little one. What is it?
Yeah, it was Sydney. It was Sissy.
Sydney. Sissy's favorite.
No, you're
sorry.
family.
Excuse me, I don't know.
It doesn't. That's family affair. I would like to be Sissy from Family Affair.
I'd like to be Mr. French. I still want to be the domestic help, no matter what. I want to be Mr. Belvedere.
Yeah. Or you
be Vincent.
You're going to be Richard Reddy's father.
Hey, we got another question.
Okay, go ahead.
Hey, you see we're trying to talk about something up here?
Yeah, I do. We got another question.
Okay, so my favorite character in the show are the Muppets. I'm wondering if we could...
You are such a... Please tell me you're lying to me. I understand irony. I'm not even sure if I understand it anymore. Do beards really look good? Because everybody fucking has them. When they started, they were ironic. It was like trucker hat, real looking shitheads. And now I think maybe they look good. And they actually they turned that corner.
Can we see a spin-off of the Muppets?
No, we're not going to see a spin-off of the Muppets. That's crazy. I'm not sure we didn't kill them at the end of the season and just aired. It's very possible they died in a flaming cocoon. What would the spin-off be? At one point in my life, I decided I liked the Muppets. And I expressed this by having Kevin think that he might have mind control powers. It was like the dumbest decision I ever made. After that, I realized, no, I don't like him either. Muppets are bad. But they can be funny, but they're not getting a spin-off. Obviously they're not. They might get beards. They're going to come back with beards. Beards, trucker hats, all the crap that doesn't look good that we decided it does because it doesn't. Oh, irony.
They share an apartment somewhere. And,
Yes, it's going to be like The Odd Couple. But Muppets, and they're not even that odd. They're both horrible, knife-wielding psychopaths. But one is a sports columnist, and the other one is just tiny.
On November 15th, what's his name, was kicked out?
Kevin and Tom and Tim Tom. Vowing to never return.
Jackson knows that.
He does. Jackson loves
the day
it.
after my birthday,
He loves that show. And Jackson loves Barney
He starts going, on November 15th. Like, what the hell are you doing? He's like, the opening of The Odd Couple. I was like, no, it's not the opening. Like, no, the TV show. I'm like, oh, all right.
Next question.
I actually have a question for Shorty and the Alchemist.
For children of the obvious?
Yes.
That's like, I'm writing that down, by the way. It's the best band name I've heard.
Children of the obvious.
And children of the obvious.
But they know nothing. Children know nothing.
I know. At what age or what point of your life did you guys discover your inner fabulousness, and how are things going right now?
At what age we discovered our fabulousness?
how are things going right now?
I'll tell you when I discovered my fabulousness. It was lying in my parents' bed, and I don't even know what I was watching. And squirming too much, right? And then the next thing you know, magical seminal release, and I thought something died. It wasn't like the fetal mewings of somebody who knew what they were doing. It wasn't scraping and pawing at my genitals. I was just grinding. That was my first. That's what you mean by discovering my. It was then, and it might have been to a rerun of
Sanford and Son.
No. It was not Sanford and Son. It was the. It was
Give me a break.
It was the remake of.
Knight Rider.
No, if it's not Flash Gordon, it's
Buck Rogers.
Buck Rogers.
Hey, Gil Gerard's here.
Not Gil Gerard. It's the other one that teaches yoga.
Lauren Green.
Aaron Gray.
Aaron Craig.
Or Battlestar Galactica. Aaron Gray. Oh.
And she's here, and I'm nervous to speak to her because I might blurt out, I'm going to have my first masturbation experience accidentally to that tight outfit.
Either that or you just talk to her, and all of a sudden you're just grinding in your pants again. You don't even know you're doing it. I saw three guys do that on
Right. And how is it going now? I've learned how to do that with my hands. I can do it much faster. There is I considered it, but no. It is now something I do almost clinically and medicinally. I may have lost the romantic spark with myself.
This event, this initial event, is very proto-Venture Brothers.
Yeah.
A sad person masturbating to space imagery nearby.
Yeah. And so, I don't know, maybe I need to take myself out to dinner, find out like what I used to love about me.
Lonely astronaut masturbating, floating through space.
Get that spark going, dress up for myself, get that spark going.
Buy some exotic lotion. Give yourself a manicure.
Yeah.
Get your cuticles done.
Special scented lotion
Yeah.
and candles and just, the vanilla. Nope, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
So it's going great. I've learned how to do it with proficiency. It's been bland.
It's hard.
Jeez, James, when was the first time you masturbated?
I took the question a different way. But I do remember that there was early.
Yeah, what did fabulousness go to masturbation?
At these panels, Doc Hammer is just looking for a bridge to get into something scatological.
If Jackson were sitting there, he'd go, there it is. That's it. That's it. I did it. Every time.
Tom, if you think that you didn't quite hear was they had asked what
Head up to the
Shore Leave and Alchemist introduction to fabulousness was.
The question was, when was the Alchemist and Shore Leave know that they had found their inner fabulousness? Not
they were.
Oh wait, take it all back. Can we erase the masturbation story from the record? And the pertinent masturbation information.
Never happened. It wasn't masturbating, so like an accidental seminal release. I didn't know it was. I thought it broke something.
New AED.
Pure Shore Leave came out of the womb.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, when he came out of the womb, he came out. Yeah.
He came out, there were fabric swatches with him. There were, the womb was decorated. They were both in womb fabulous.
In utero fabu.
Yeah.
You know what, Doc? You just signal when you want the next question.
Next question, please.
And for God's sake, don't mishear it.
Will we ever see Shallow Gravy maybe show up sometime? Here in the show?
Ken, can you reiterate that question? It's not that I can't hear you, I just can't hear you. And I'm used to Ken's voice.
Will
Piercing through the night.
Are you ready? Will we ever see Shallow Gravy with Wheat here or someplace else?
Like a live performance by
A
Shallow
live
Gravy?
performance, I'm assuming.
Yeah, they can do the 4 versions of
Or in
it.
the show, I'm assuming. Will Shallow Gravy return to the show?
Here's what my band, we did learn the Shallow Gravy song. Like we can play Jacket. One of these days, at one of these week shows, Jackson's going to be the audience, and I'm going to bring him up, and we will do Jacket. When that'll happen, I have no clue. And we're going to have to read it off. Like, who can remember a list of what kinds of jackets there are? Possible. So, yeah, maybe one day. I can't believe that's a dream of yours, but yeah, maybe one day. Next question, Ken.
Hello. I wasn't going to ask a question, but then I heard relationship advice, and whoa, did light bulbs go off. So I figured Team Venture had my answer. So my boyfriend just recently broke up with me because I wasn't making enough sandwiches. I'm not kidding, that is true. How do you guys feel about
Hold on a minute. Repeat the second half of that sentence. Because what? You weren't making enough sandwiches on his what?
I was not making enough sandwiches.
That's it? Well, he's obviously an idiot. I got news for you. This is about 90% single guys in this audience right now.
That was not the reason. What was the real reason your boyfriend broke up with you?
Yeah, what was the
And we
reason?
will give you advice, but don't bullshit us.
I'm not bullshitting. This man would walk up to me and tell me, I would say, oh, look, it's meat. And then there's, oh, it's cheese. And then there's lettuce.
But he
And
was
then
your
I'll go
manager
put
in
the
some way.
sandwich
You're not
together.
part of, you're not saying that. He was your manager in some way. You're not doing your job. It's like, I can't, if you're not making a sandwich, I can't keep you hired here. Like, I don't want to make them. I just wouldn't love you.
Basically, in terms, I one day woke up and was tired of making sandwiches.
Is this a
When the woman,
metaphor? Is sandwich a metaphor?
I'm not kidding.
Actually,
I used to make a lot of sandwiches.
Listen to me,
Are they good?
There's a guy out there that cares if you make a fucking sandwich and then he broke up with you because you didn't. He just did you the biggest favor in the world.
Yeah.
I can't think of
I make really good sandwiches.
Like, not making enough sandwiches? That's crazy.
This guy's nuts. What's this guy do?
You did the best thing that ever
What's he
happened.
do?
I hope that
Lords it over you that he's an asshole?
He's a server.
Sir? What? Here we go. There's some weird Freud thing going on.
I hope it's a metaphor.
That had the kind of banal pathos of a Raymond Carver show. It's the same for you literary.
I'm sorry you had to spend time with somebody that has, like, his agenda is fucking sandwiches. Who thinks about
No, it's not. His agenda isn't sandwiches because he's doing something else he can't even make his own sandwiches. I'm trying to fix this nuclear reactor I work on. All I want is a fucking sandwich. It's an hour. find a sandwich for the bill slot. More sandwich. He's an alien. No,
I give you all my money, I give you everything, and all I want from you is one fucking thing sandwich. One thing sandwich, and you're like, I don't think you can get this
He's
sandwich.
been putting your kids through college. Asked you to marry him 3 times, said no. You're living under his roof, you got those 3 bratty kids of yours that have been tearing the house up. Just make one damn sandwich. I feel bad for you. I feel bad for you. Now I think maybe that guy was, and then he broke up with him. He's hungry and now broken up with 3 damn kids who are still living with him.
I hope you find there's a lot of women who are willing to make sandwiches.
Yeah.
No, you can forget the sandwich guy.
Jimmy John's. They're all over.
Next question.
I was wondering, it was implied that Red Mantle and Dragoon survived the day the music died. I was wondering if there are other people that maybe survived and maybe there's some other people that we've seen before.
Yeah, the Red Moon and the Dragoon actually did go on the plane that killed him. Is there anybody else? I don't know. Do I suck at this? Sometimes I really do. When I have to consider actual adventure questions, this is how I do it. Yeah, that's a fact.
We get like 5 minutes out of the sandwich lady.
I'm not sure. Sandwich masturbation, I'm all excited, but
it's a staring contest.
Are there any more characters that survived the day the music died? A plane crash. Who else was Foghat was on that? Who else was on that day the music died plane crash? It was it was
Richie
Kiss.
Valens.
It was Foghat, Richie Valens,
Boxcar Willie.
Boxcar Willie.
Cindy Moran from
Dave Mustaine, I think, was also on that.
The original Starman from Kiss.
Yes.
Not Peter Chris, or they was Catman. Cat guy.
Peter Chris is the original drummer for Kiss.
Yeah, I meant the original Starman.
Eric Carr, what are you talking about? Ace Family, what are you talking about?
The original, who was Starman?
Paul Stanley?
Yeah, probably, I don't know. That's why I'm asking. I'm allowed to ask questions too.
Founding member. Paul Stanley, Gene Simmons are founding members. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question. If I do, it's a spoiler. If I don't, it doesn't matter because I'm not sure I can. You know what? Thank you for reminding me of that incident, though. Somebody last night reminded me of that 21 is a crossbow. It's like a big moment. I'm like, oh my God, I gotta hit that fucking crossbow this season. So yes, you've been instrumental. I'm sorry, I'm not instrumental to you. Next question.
Speaking of inner fabulousness, how far did you get into Rusty the Musical, and are we going to see any more of it?
You got about as much of Rusty the Musical that was written. Like, I think we wrote every lyric made into that show. And you got a remix. How much more could you want? We always wanted James to just sing One Night in Bangkok for no reason on our show.
Like, guys, this is Bangkok because it's essentially a spoken song, and Murray Head kind of sounds like me on the radio.
A little bit.
Bangkok, Oriental City. Sound like Dr. Venture.
Sunshine. I think that was it.
I get my kids below the waistline. Sunshine. Yeah.
That's what I think we're all. So, I don't know if we'll ever complete Rust, but we'd love to get him singing a Murray Head song. The guy Smaba, I think, wrote that. Was jeez. Next question. Come on, stop it. Really? I felt guilty for as much Shallow Gravy as we did. And there's like a thin line. Like, we don't want to be other shows. Like, we don't want to be Metalocalypso. Like, we don't want to have too many jokes about being in a band. It's a couple. We don't want to be the Family Guy, so we don't want to, like, a lot of songy episodes. It's a lot of things that we don't want to do. So we did enough fucking Shallow Gravy. I can't believe anybody would want more Shallow Gravy. But I have a band called Wheat. I wrote the Shallow Gravy song, so you can pretend that's Shallow Gravy.
Take a Sharpie, write Shallow Gravy on the Wheat CD. Eat a sandwich.
It's fine. my band. Into that.
I would like to sing more as Dr. Venture. I'll just throw that out there.
Yeah, keep dreaming it.
Are we going to see any more of the old kind of 80s G.I. Joe inspired characters? Like we had Tank Top and Bum Rush?
You know, this is tough, man, because I know the answer to this. So. I'm going to say this. Maybe not, but you are going to be so happy.